In this video, I'll demonstrate how to work with the basic PHP form. Forms can get very complicated, just like MySQL query statements can and pretty much any web app can. Here we're just going to look at the basics, which gives us enough to get started. Here on my Linux host, if we take a look at some files that already exist, we'll see that there's one here called form.html. Let's open that first. So I'm going to use the sudo command and the nano editor to open up the form HTML file. So notice that what we're doing in HTML is using the form action statement, and what we're doing is calling upon a server-side script called process.php. We're going to take a look at that file after we're finished here. And the HTTP method here is post. We're submitting something to the HTTP web server. So we're displaying some text on the web page, customer ID, and we're putting in a field. It's going to be a text field, and the name is cust_ID. And then the input type is submit. That's going to give us a submit button. Okay, let's test that first in a web browser. Here in my browser, after the IP address of my host, I'm going to call upon form.html. And indeed, we've got a customer ID field and submit. For now, I'll just put 678 in the customer ID field, but I'm not going to click submit until we first review the process.php file to see what's going to happen. Back here on the Linux host, let's open that file up. The file I'm talking about is the process.php. It's just a basic HTML document. However, we have some inline PHP code here, as we can see, and we're echoing back the customer ID from the post data. We call upon that with $_post. So what we're really doing is accepting input in a field on an HTML form, and then that's being sent to the server where the process.php script, which is what we're looking at here, can actually process it. Let's see what happens. Remember, when I click the submit button here, it's going to call upon the form action, which is simply pointing to process.php. So we've got a customer ID of 678. I'll click submit. All right, it says, thank you for your submission, and it reports back the customer ID that we've just entered to prove that it was able to carry that information back to the server, which was then processed by our PHP script.